All right, everybody, welcome back live Radio Row. It's the Sports Bash, and, of course, Super Bowl 54. You can hear right here on 97.3 ESPN, and, of course, it's the Chiefs and the 49ers. We'll have it all starting at 5 o'clock this Sunday. Right now, we're going to talk about everything, football, life, movies, the Jersey Shore. Our next guest, the movie is coming out. 6/26. What month would that be? July?
June, yeah.
See, in the summer in Jersey, we don't know the numbers. We just know the date. June
Shooby
26th, the release of Top Gun Maverick, and the star is Miles Teller, and he is right here on Radio Row with us on the Sports Bash. What's going on, man?
It's all good. How's it going?
We're good, and we know that you're a local guy, you Eagles guy, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Diehard.
Now, where were you? Okay, so you kind of gave us a little briefing beforehand, but there's a whole area of South Jersey that you're kind of like connected to.
Yeah, so my mom's from Penns Grove.
Penns Grove,
yeah.
Salem County.
Yep, Salem, Penns Grove, Salem, Alloway. I remember we used to go to Penn Bowl back in the day.
They can hear us right now.
Yeah, okay, right on. And then I grew up in Cape May. I was in Cape May for a while. Dad from Wilkes-Barre was in, so South Jersey's like, that's my.
What are the Cape May spots? Do you remember, like places that you guys would?
I just remember. I mean, so we had to go. Me and my buddies would just take my parents' beach cruiser. I'm putting him on. I know he's putting me on the handlebars. I was a little dude, so he's putting me. I'm sitting on the handlebars. Got my my boogie board, just riding over the bridge. And then there was this spot we would get our 50-cent hot dogs, $1 frozen Cokes. You go to the arcades there on the boardwalk. Maury's Pier, Raging Waters, so great nor'easter.
Drove into like the Wildwood area.
Oh, yeah.
Do you still do it? I mean, when was the last time you were in Cape May?
I was in Cape May. Let's see. We would have went last year, but I got married.
Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate it. So it was, I was in Philly last summer. But then, the year before that, we do a family reunion in Cape May like every other year.
Now, of the, you're a big Eagles fan. We've heard that. You're big into fantasy football.
Yeah.
Of the people that we see at these Eagles games, where are you ranking yourself? We see Mike Trout there all the time.
Yeah.
He's a Millville guy. That's pretty close. Millville, Penns Grove, you guys are like neighbors almost there. So, where would you rank yourself of the Eagle fans who are slipping over to the pop culture?
I think my wife would tell you I'm pretty nuts. I bleed. I bleed green. But as long as they're not secretly as long as I have any family members who are Giants fans, then I think as long as you're rooting for the Eagles, man, it's all good.
Now, when was the last time you made it to an Eagles game?
This past year, I was there for the Pats game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So you get to a couple games. Any of the other Philly teams?
Baseball is my sport growing up, so I always go for a couple Phillies games, and I got to know some of the players, so. Like this last year, I was taking BP on the field.
Nice.
Hit any out? I didn't go yard. No, I had tight. My hip was a little tight, but
otherwise,
I one hopped the fence, and well, the guy he was throwing me junk. He was throwing me off speed stuff. I said, dude, just put it in my sweet spot.
We got to get you to ring the bell at a Sixers game.
Yeah,
have you done that
cool.
before?
No, I haven't done that. No.
Yeah, I know somebody.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So Sixers, Miles Teller, we got to get him to ring the bell.
Here's the thing, though. I'm all Philly except for baskets.
No?
So my dad, my dad was a Laker fan growing up, so I'm, I'm wearing my Kobe.
Yeah, I saw you with the Kobe
wearing my
shirt.
Kobe shirt.
I did see your tribute to Kobe the other day, actually.
Yeah, I'm just one of the, millions. I was saying it was crazy, like the whole world stopped, and I can't remember. I asked my dad, I was like, is this what it felt like when Lennon died? Or he was a Yankee fan, Thurman Munson or something. But it was just such a, it's, the fog has kind of been lifted a little bit. But I've just enjoyed the NBA guys just all sharing the stories
that was cool.
and just kind of mourning and just being together. Like that was really, what a guy.
You're right. And my roommate from college went to Lower Merion with Kobe.
Okay.
And, they haven't talked in 20 years, but they knew each other very well at that time. And still, if he saw him, I tried to text him, and it was like, I can't believe this. 6, 7, 8 hours later.
People didn't want to believe it. I think that's, literally the definition of shock. Everybody.
I saw that picture with you two. How old were you in that picture?
I don't know. I guess Kobe, after when Whiplash came out, I was reading a GQ article, and Kobe was, talking about how much he loved Whiplash and how he really related to it. So I tweeted out something like, man, Kobe talking about Whiplash made my life's highlight reel, like Lake Show, 24 fan forever. And then Kobe started following me after I tweeted that. And then I said, well, I got to send him a message. Why not? It's available. Sent him a message, half-heartedly thinking he'd respond, and he sent me a message back immediately. And then from there, we kind of, built this relationship there. And then he said, here's my number. And we actually got to hang a couple times. After the Birds won the Super Bowl, that was the same year he won the Oscar.
Nice.
And I walked, and I remember seeing him. The Vanity Fair party is kind of like one of the big parties you go to right after. And I saw him, and he's holding the Oscar. I'm like 40 feet away. And he just shouts at me. He's like, Miles. He's like, man, first the Eagles, and now this. Can you believe it?
So it's like 2018?
Yeah, I mean,
Early
yeah.
2018.
But yeah, Kobe and I, started, chatting, and kind of getting to know each other around like 2015. Yeah.
So the movie Top Gun Maverick, I'm 43, so Top Gun, the original, was like right in my wheelhouse there, right? So give us a little insight on this one. What can we expect?
How pumped were you when you saw the trailer?
I was excited about it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It just brought back so many memories from childhood.
Yeah.
And my boys, I got my boys hooked on it, and now they can't wait for the movie to come out.
Good, yeah.
I was a big Val Kilmer guy.
Oh yeah, Val's a stud.
Exactly. That's the word you would use to describe.
I
No
mean,
other word could you use to describe Val Kilmer.
No, I mean,
he has had the biggest stud roles of portraying others.
Yeah.
I mean, he was Jim Morrison.
Yep.
Guy had some roles, but so
Tombstone and
Doc Holliday.
Yep.
Elvis Presley.
Yep.
So give us a little insight on what we can expect here.
I mean, I guess what you can expect is just if for such a beloved film by so many people. I would, if there's one person you want to put your trust in that they're not going to disappoint you, they're going to exceed all your expectations, it's Tom Cruise. Tom did not need to make a sequel to Top Gun 30-some years later. He's at the top of his game still. So the script and the idea that was presented to him, he said, this makes sense, let's do it.
How excited were you to be a part of that?
Oh, man, I was very excited. I was just really excited to work with Tom. For me, he's like a Kobe. He just elevates everybody, and he kind of, he demands excellence, and not in a, persecution way or anything. It's just when you're around somebody who's working that much harder than everybody else, it's inspiring. So it was, it was a thrill to work on. It was tough though, man. It was about a year, and we're in the jets for real. There's no green screen, so that's something that's a little different than the first one.
How hard was that to get used to? I mean, all that.
We had 3 months of flight training, and you're getting up there in an F-18, and you're pulling 7.5 Gs. And
wow!
People are puking.
Now, over the summer, we had heard a nasty story that you dissed a fan at the airport who said "Go Eagles." Is this accurate? Did you read this that came out?
No.
Someone was getting on you because the Eagle fan said that he said to you, "Go Eagles," and you no-sold him.
Nah.
Out. Not true.
Nah, this guy needs to be vetted. He's probably running a burner account. He needs to get out of his basement or whatever he's spreading these lies from.
We had heard
if
this.
I know nothing else, and I've told my wife this, I'm like, if I know nothing else about somebody, but they're wearing an Eagles shirt or a Phillies hat, it's like I automatically like you. We're cheering for the same thing. So that's absolutely false. Probably a Cowboys fan.
There you go.
Talking a little smack.
Miles Teller, it's June 26th. Top Gun Maverick is the movie. It comes out. And big Eagles fan. Yep. No Sixers. But what we can try to do.
Tim Thomas did do a meet and greet at my James Way in Cape May when I was
Villanova's
that was
best.
Cool. That was cool.
Yeah. What we could try to do is if the Lakers, when they're in next year, maybe we'll say, hey, I got a guy who can ring the bell for you.
Look, I root for anything Philly, but if full disclosure, I am a Laker fan. But I've made that known.
All right.
We'll let that slide.
We'll let it slide. But Miles Teller here. Check out the movie Top Gun Maverick, June 26th. It is out this summer. And, of course, he was kind enough to join us here on Radio Row on the Sports Bash on 97.3 ESPN. Miles, great to see you, man.
You got it. Thank you.
Appreciate
it. Yep.
All right, we'll be back with plenty more here from Radio Row as we get you ready for Super Bowl 54. And, of course, we have the big game for you this Sunday. The coverage starts at 5 on 97.3 ESPN.